Hello everyone, my name is Mouton and I'm a student at the University of Houston, Victoria at Katy. I'm studying computer information systems with a concentration in cybersecurity and I graduate fall 2025. And this is my final project presentation for my cybersecurity course. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic that affects millions of people and costs billions of dollars globally every year. That topic is credit card fraud. We'll be looking at the scale of the problem. We're going to be looking at the challenges that are involved with spotting fraud and how modern technologies like AI and machine learning are helping many financial institutions protect all of our money. Credit card fraud happens when someone uses stolen card information to make unauthorized transactions. This can happen through data breaches, phishing attacks, physical card theft, and through many other methods. According to the Nielsen report, global credit card fraud losses reached around $35 billion in 2023. And it is not just a corporate problem. It directly affects millions of consumers who deal with reverse charges, stress, and sometimes even identity theft. Detecting fraud isn't just about stopping a few bad transactions. It helps save billions of dollars for banks, credit card companies, and customers. It also plays a huge role in protecting people's identities and reducing the legal and reputational risks that businesses face. If fraud isn't caught early, it can cause damage to consumer trust, which can have long-term consequences for businesses. Despite all of our tools, detecting fraud is still very hard. For one, fraud is actually very rare. Only about 0.1 to 0.15% of all card transactions end up actually being fraudulent. That makes it very difficult to train accurate models. In addition, fraudsters are always coming up with new tricks, and their tactics are evolving fast. So the data sets that we work with are always imbalanced, meaning that there are way more normal transactions than fraudulent ones, which makes it very easy for models to ignore many outliers. Traditionally, banks used rule-based systems. Rule-based systems are like checklists. For example, if someone makes a outrageously huge purchase in a foreign country, the system might flag it as fraud. These rules are easy to understand and easy to implement, but they're not perfect. They will very often lead to false positives, like when you're on vacation and your card gets blocked. And worse, they cannot adapt to new, more subtle types of fraud. This is where machine learning and artificial intelligence come in. These systems do not rely on human written rules. Instead, they learn patterns by analyzing a large amount of data. They're capable of spotting subtle and more complex behaviors that humans may miss. Even better, they can adapt in real time as criminals are changing their tactics. This is a big step forward in staying ahead of credit card fraud. There are a few machine learning techniques that are commonly used in fraud detection. One is the isolation forest, which works by identifying transactions that are far from the normal range. Another is the one-class SVM, which trains on what's considered normal and flags anything that doesn't fit. Then there's the local outlier factor, which detects small groups of unusual activity in the data. These models are often trained on datasets like those from Kaggle, which simulate real-world credit card transaction data. One of the biggest technical challenges in fraud detection is the imbalance in the data. Since fraudulent transactions are so rare, models tend to get really good at predicting normal behavior, but they miss the fraud. To fix this, we use techniques like oversampling the rare fraud cases or undersampling the normal ones. And instead of just focusing on accuracy, we use precision and recall to evaluate how well a model actually identifies fraud without too many false alarms. So, what do we get when these models are used in the real world? Well, put simply, fraud detection rates go up significantly. One of the biggest benefits from this is real-time alerts. Systems can actually flag and stop suspicious activity as it's happening. For example, in one case study, an isolation forest model was able to instantly flag a $10,000 unauthorized transfer, stopping the loss of money before it even went through. And that kind of speed is exactly why these new systems are so valuable. So to wrap up, credit card fraud is a fast-moving global threat. But modern tools like AI and machine learning are giving us the power to fight back. These technologies can detect patterns that we humans can't see. They react faster than any human could, and they adapt to new forms of fraud as they're created. But they are not perfect. It's an ongoing race between security systems and criminals, and staying ahead is going to require constant innovation, testing, and improvement. Thank you for watching my presentation.